journey from working in a restaurant to becoming the Queen of Wall Street. Who is Cathie Wood? How did she achieve so much success? Cathie Wood was born on November 26, 1955, in Los Angeles. After getting his primary education, he got admission in college. And to meet his expenses, he worked as a waiter in a restaurant. In 1981, she received his bachelor's and master's degree in finance. She also worked in Capital Group as an economist. Along with her studies, she worked in Capital Group for 3 years. Cathie Wood moved to New York City, where she worked as chief economist at Jennison Associates. After some time, she was promoted by the company and made portfolio manager and managing director, where she learned a lot under the supervision of Arthur Laffer. Friends. The hedge fund industry was at its peak in the 1990s. Because hedge fund owners were earning many times more than portfolio managers. That's why Cathie Wood started a Tupelo Capital Management with Lulu C. This was a time when a public-listed company started trading at double its value in a matter of weeks. And this was the golden age of hedge fund industry. But after the dot-com bubble in 2000, she had to close her hedge fund. After that, in 2001, Cathie Wood worked as chief investment officer in a company called AllianceBernstein, where she used to manage a portfolio of $5 billion. She was criticized for underperforming the overall market in financial crises of 2008. People started to withdrawing the capital invested in her fund, which caused a loss of his company. By 2010, Cathie Wood was among the richest 1% of the world. She believed that innovation is going to be disruptive. When she expressed the idea of investing his fund in disruptive companies, some of his seniors forbade her. Because such companies are very volatile, and they do not want to take any volatility in their fund. And they do not want the money invested in their fund to raise any kind of provision. While Cathie Wood was seeing the potential of innovation and how innovation is going to be future of the world in the next 10 years. In 2014, Cathie started his own fund, ARC Innovation, where her main goal was to find disruptive technologies and invest in them. She invested in many companies, and she was the early investor to find Bitcoin as a blockchain technology. Cathie Wood bought Bitcoin back in 2017 when it was at $250. She was the early investor in Tesla company. In 2019, she said by her research that the shares of Tesla company is going to be tenfold in the next 5 to 10 years. Meanwhile, Tesla company was not able to complete its production. Many Wall Street investors were seeing Tesla company to fail because the production capacity of Tesla was very limited back then. But on the other hand, Cathie Wood was seeing Tesla as the biggest company in the world in the next 10 years. She believed the electric vehicles is the future of the world. Cathie would also invest in Coinbase. Coinbase is a cryptocurrencies exchange where they own Binance and other companies, which play as a key role between buyers and sellers, and provide them a platform to exchange their crypto. Cathie Wood started buying various technology companies as well. At that time, no one was paying attention to this young lady, and in fact some people were calling her a crazy woman. But she continued to invest. After COVID-19 in 2020, markets started to understand innovation, and we saw the strongest bull market in 2020 and in early 2021. Her invested company Tesla grew 10 times in that period. Friends, Tesla company was shorted by many Wall Street investors at that time. After seeing the delivery number of Tesla in 2020, they started buying back their shorted shares. Due to which Tesla's stock price saw massive upside, and those short sellers suffered significant losses. But at the same time, investor of Tesla company made their fortune out of nowhere. Her Bitcoin, which she bought at $250, crossed the $60,000 mark in 2021, which was a 25,000% gain. In 2021, the stock market was at its record high. During that time, Cathie Wood had $50 billion under management. Because such big amount of money in a short period of time at a point when the stock market was at a historic bubble. She had no choice just to invest. Cathie Wood invested in Zoom company at a $170 billion valuation. She bought Roku at a $100 billion valuation, Coinbase at more than $150 billion, and so on. Because she made so much money in early 2021, she had no choice rather than buying those companies at a ridiculous valuation. Because she had a good experience buying highs, she started buying Zoom, Roku, Coinbase, Block Inc., and many more at extreme valuation. But she had to see the other face of the market. Free money started to leave the market. Fed started to increase interest rate. And people started realizing their mistake. The bubble burst in 2022. Cathie Wood lost 80% of his fund. Market started to pick her stocks and punished them one by one. Her Zoom company, which she bought at a $170 billion valuation, dropped 80% and now has a $20 billion market cap. Roku, which she bought at $100 billion, is now trading at $17 billion. Coinbase, which she bought at more than $150 billion, is now around $18 billion. Cathie Wood took a loss from each company she invested. Cathie Wood bought good companies at terrible prices. She knew which companies to invest in. But she forgot when to invest. Friends, I believed her companies will be in a much better position in the next 10 years, but it is hard to say they will be appreciated because they already are priced in the future. Cathie Wood had a 140% return in 2020, but her fund lost more than 70% of its value since then. She had $50 billion under management in 2021. Now she has remained only $6 billion. This is the story of Cathie Wood. from working in a restaurant to having $50 billion in Wall Street. If you like this story, how about giving a like and subscribe to me? It will help my channel.